we're talking about Leica Q2, and I will compare it to my other cameras, which are Canon R5, also Canon 5D Mark IV, also Nikon D300S, and Canon EOS R that are filming us right now. If you watch this video, you probably are on the fence either to buy Leica Q, or you have Leica Q and you are trying to justify the purchase that you just made. I took my Leica Q2 like 30 days ago, and every day I'm on the street shooting. So let's start with the Leica first. As many of you, I wanted to try it. The key word here is curiosity. I was very curious to see if the hype was worth it, and as far as it goes to today, I think the hype is definitely worth it. Meaning, like, the camera feels great in your hand, even if I have like a half case, or how I can call it, also with the leather cap. Everything comes packed from eBay, from the owner. I bought it almost brand new, and I paid $4,700, and I took two batteries. I think I have one, and I paid for one. And as far as the other videos goes, I saw that before this batteries was costing like $270 or something. Now I bought mine for $170 for Leica Q3. Now, you know how they say, don't buy things, buy experiences. In other words, go travel, see new places, this experience, because the experience is how you learn things in the real world, not just theoretically. Well, here is the thing. For me, owning the Leica Q2 is an experience. From the moment you picked it up, to the moment when you download the photos of your computer, to the moment when you pay your credit card, with which you pay for it, everything it is experience. And as for right now, I think it's totally worth it for a couple of reasons. First, if you buy Leica, and you don't like it, they hold pretty well the price. So this is how I see it. Even if I use this Leica for a year, and I paid $4,700, let's say, if I take $3,500 or even $4,000 like a year later down the road, in case I don't like it, it's still worth it. It's something like renting the best equipment possible, so you can see, is it worth it or not? Should you save for something like this or not? Now let's switch gears and talk about my journey with cameras. I'm not a professional photographer. I come up to cameras because I'm a fitness YouTuber, as you can tell. I have some muscles here. But the point is, I started buying cameras just to film myself and talking about fitness. I'm one of the biggest fitness influencers in Bulgaria, but I fall in love with cameras, and this is how we guys are meeting right now. The first camera I bought in 2014 was this Nikon D300S. And as many people that buy camera for the first time, I didn't use it that much. I mean, I've used it, but the learning curve for photography is pretty big. You can start clicking with the shutter like all the time, but before you realize what you're actually doing, before you start reading about the history of photography, the ex-photographers that were before us, it definitely takes a long time. Then I bought Canon 80D, which is a great camera, but I have sold it. And then I bought this Canon 5D Mark IV because it was closest to professional photography camera, and still, man, this feels great. Very sturdy, solid in hand. I love it. It takes great photographs. It's still with the mirror. I love this camera. But I jumped on the how you guys call it, on the bandwagon with gear accumulation syndrome or something like that, or just, I don't know, I just wanted to try everything under the sun so I know what's the best. What I'm more interested of anything in any field is what is the best product, what is the best service, what is the best thing I can do. That's why I want to work with the best pieces of equipment that I can get my hands on, so I have the actual experience again, experience and things, and not just thinking about it or trusting somebody just because he's speaking on the internet like me right now. Then after that I bought Canon EOS R, which is filming us right now, and after that I bought Canon R5. With all these cameras and stuff, I wanted to get better in filmmaking, eventually make some documentary movies, because I have more than 500 videos on my YouTube channel for fitness. And every time when I have to take the camera from the tripod, bring it out on the street to take photographs for street, I think it's a great camera for street photography. It's just what I thought at the time. It was expensive enough to carry it and to risk it, especially if I go to more sketchiest neighborhood. But also look at the setup. I mean, it's just big. It's not that I don't love it. I mean, I can totally handle it. I'm not getting tired. I love it. But it's definitely intrusive. If I point this to your face or this to your face, just see how different it is. Also, this is 24 to 70. I have also a bunch of other lenses, 70 to 200, 15 to 25, 35, 50 millimeters, all that kind of stuff. And then I started looking, like a month ago, I started looking like to Fuji because of the street photography and my experience, that I really felt that I have to have something more not noticeable on the street. And I wanted to try with the Fujis, even with the highest price. I thought maybe I have to buy it. But I decided, like, why not buying like a Q, not Q2, but like a Q. And when I started researching, I was like, damn, this 2013 year camera, it's like 2,700, 3,000. People are saying, if you don't pay me this money, I'm not selling it. And I thought, well, in this case, maybe it's better just to jump on like a Q, to experience the system, to experience this Summilux lens, the overall feel, everything that people were talking about, and maybe, why not to sell it afterwards, or to keep it forever and maybe sell some of my other gear. On that note, the only camera that I ever sold was the Canon 80D, and I still have some old Canons like 360 and my entry level cameras. But in general, I don't sell cameras. Maybe it's just attachment, but I love them all. And from time to time, before me buying the Leica, I was going with each of these cameras on the street, changing lenses, experimenting with all focal lengths, with working with the mirror, working with great autofocus. I like the Nikon colors, especially with fast lenses. And then for the last 30 days, I've been on the street every day. I think I'm taking on average between 200 and 400 photos on this camera every day, and sometimes even 1,000 photos every day. Definitely makes me to go out more. And I think the main reason is, I don't think it's anything magical. Probably it's just I pay so much money for this camera, so better go and make your money worth. One thing I like a lot is the fixed lens. First of all, I don't like that wide view, but I like that I'm forced really to be creative. I think that's totally valid. You can hear this from many professional photographers, that when you get certain limitation in your creativity, you definitely become better. Now I feel very comfortable even after 1 month. I really don't care if it's a little bit distorted, a little bit blurry. I really don't care. I'm just trying to get used to the camera and to get better. And once when you, it's something like a language, once when you get used to shooting 28 millimeters, doesn't matter if they say it's 24, doesn't matter how much it is, then you kind of have a set point, and when you switch to 35 or 50, you're a lot more confident. You definitely know a lot more how your eyes see. It's something that you learn, probably in the frontal cortex, and then you can use it for longer. Now, many people are saying that it's a joy to use Leica Q, and this is totally true. It's a joy to use. It's just a piece of jewelry, and the way how Kenneth Rocco said it, it's, come on, it's saying like you are part of this high-class people that can even afford or own something like this. So just for comparison, I'm driving Toyota Corolla 2004 and I have camera that costs more than this. But this is just showing that I don't see myself like these people, like snobs or anything like that. I think it's just showing my priorities at the time. I'm using it to record my family, to shoot people on the street, and more important than that, I think, to learn to see at first and to see what I like. I think this is critical thing that we can learn from street photography. I'm trying to keep this hobby for me. I did this thing with the fitness that I turned it into business, and now 30 years later I'm still talking about proteins and fats and everything. So this is how I see the cameras right now. Other thing I like is definitely the tactile feel. A lot of people are saying that it's getting out of the way, but because of the lack of flip out screen and how it operates, I really don't think this is the case. You know, I don't feel like going with the Canon. Once when you set up something on automatic, you have the same ring that instead of aperture, it's for ISO, but you can achieve pretty much the same effect when it comes to ease of use. But one thing I noticed, however, is really a lot more inconspicuous. It's a lot more discreet on the street. I hold the camera like this. I saw it from some lady photographer. She gave me this tip, and I go like this, like paparazzi, and like not like paparazzi, but more like a tourist, and just pretending. And with these muscles, you know, people think like I'm really somebody that just bought a camera, and yeah, I'm not dangerous in a way. But I think for myself, like the way how Henry Cartier-Bresson put it, I see myself like a thief with a knife. With this, and the sound of the leaf shutter, it sounds literally like really just like an electrical signal. It's something very sexy about it, something discreet, and it definitely have this feel like you're putting somebody with a knife. The thing is, most of the time you are one length arm from your object, your subject. And this is definitely intense things. You have to get used to it, but also this camera can teach you to do that. When it comes to working with the files, other people were saying that a lot more post-processing is needed, and I definitely noticed that to be true. Other thing, I don't know if you know it, but in your Lightroom, make sure that on the color sign, every time you click on the profile and give the embedded profile, if you shoot DNG, then you can take the actual colors that Leica meant us to shoot with, and not just Adobe colors. This also it's true for the Canons and for the Nikon. The first time I saw it was some guys with the Leica. Really makes a big difference. The only thing that you have to readjust a little bit is a color temperature. Usually is always a shift. You can use either the temperature slider or a little bit the tint. And I noticed the colors are just sharp. If I sent a photo to some of my friends that I picked up the last night or the previous day, almost always the result is, wow, can you send me that photo? Can you? And now most of my friends have photos of themselves on their Facebooks or Instagram took with some of these cameras. I'm planning to do like photo walk eventually to show you how I see the world through this Leica and through some of my other cameras. I'm definitely thinking to keep this channel something like an outlet that I can upload videos, sharing my experiences in training myself and sharing with you how I see the world, how I train to see the world. And again, I'm an amateur, but at the same time I competed in some of the photography tournaments here in Las Vegas, where I live currently. I'm originally from Bulgaria, but I live in Las Vegas. The Public National Radio here, NPR, have an annual photo contest. On second place with one landscape photo, and the last year with this Nikon we got honorable mention, which is not a place, but it's still Something, yes, I feel I have a lot of things to share, mainly like thoughts, like emotions. Like I accumulated some experiences with the cameras, and I thought, heck, let's do it. So this is my first video talking about cameras and stuff. If you have any questions about like the Q or the comparison between the other cameras, or you want to see, leave the comment below, and I'll try my best to answer all of your comments from my YouTube channel. The other ones, I know that they are not going to be a lot, but still, my name is Stan, full name Stanislav, and I'm planning to be uploading more photography and video content, or who knows what else on this channel. So like the video, subscribe if you want, or if the information or my personality resonates with you, and I will see you guys in the next video.